And here we are at the reviewing area, and here we have the high-grade Freedom Gundam model kit from the anime show Mobile Suit Gundam Seed. Now, but before I get to this video, I do want to warn y'all, the battery for this camera that I got, if it starts running really low, and I might need to plug in a different cable for this camera. So if this video does jump to like two sections of the video instead of one, because the battery on my camera starts to die out, I do need to plug in a adapter piece without the battery, and I do apologize for if the camera is gonna split, or the video is gonna be split into two sections because of the battery on my camera. Because I've had that problem from like my G.I. Joe Cup video, the one that me and my dad reviewed. So I don't know if it's gonna happen on this video here, but we'll see. But anyway, going to the figure, or the kit here. Let's get a closer look here. As you can see, the kit does have a lot of nice detail work all around here. And he does have the wings here, which is kind of back heavy. Yeah, you could already tell here. But what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna go ahead and remove the wings off, so that way these are out of the way. And the wings just tap into these two holes and these two pegs here. So for the painting I did for this kit is, for the head, I did some black on the sides, even these little cannon things. I even did some black panel lining on the mouth here, those two little mouth things. I painted in the eyes yellow. I even painted in the little head camera here a lighter blue. Even the back here a lighter blue, along with some black here. And going down to his chest here. The chest, I didn't do any painting here. All this was already here. But going to the shoulders here, I did some black panel lining here, some white here, and also some panel lining on the bicep here. Same thing for the other arm. And going down to the legs here. The only painting I did for the legs is the red here. Excuse me. And for the feet, I did some black here and some black on these little ankle guards here on the sides here. And on the back, I did some black here and here. And inside here, I don't know if y'all can see it, but I did do some black here and on the inside of these little thruster things where these white things are, I did do some red here. And for the bottom of the feet, all I did was paint some black here. These black things, I painted them. And for the side skirt things, where these rail cannons are, all I did was some black, little bit of red here, and painted a little bit of red here on both sides. And these things, which are going to be the beam sabers, the only painting I did was the black around the handles here. And on the back, where you can see his little beam rifle stores, I only did some blue paint around the line here. I'm gonna have to remove this so I can show y'all. So the only paintings that I did was the blue lining around the beam rifle, and also the light blue here on the little side here. So that was all the painting I did for the mobile suit itself. And for the wings that I need to show y'all, I didn't do much painting for the wings. Well, the only paintings I did was the red thruster things here. And this thing here was not painted. This is actually a sticker. And if you know me, I don't like stickers. But the reason why I put this detailed sticker here is because that there was no detail on it, like lining detail for me to paint. So I just had to put a sticker here. And the wings, I didn't do any painting on, but I did painted, if I can get them out, these things, the little rail cannons here. And he does have two of these, but on both wings, but I'm just going to show you one. So the painting I did was the red lining around the cannon itself, the blue here on both sides, a little bit of black here, and some black here around this section here. And that's about it for the wings. And he does come with a shield, which I did not do much of. And because this front section here, this entire section, the black and the red was all already here. But the painting I did was only for the red here, and I did do some black lining on this section. And on the other side, all of this was already here. And that is all of the paintings I did. And I'm just going to leave the wings off, because I know if I leave them on, he's going to topple over because of the back heaviness of the wings. And of course, while I got done with all the painting, I of course top coated everything so the paint could stay protected with some flat coat, top coat paint. And he of course, like I already told y'all, does come with some sticker sheets. But if you know me, I don't use stickers. Only for the ones like from what y'all saw here on the wings. This thing here is a sticker that I had to put on because there was no detail on it for me to paint. That was the only sticker I had to put on. The rest of it, all painted. So for articulation, I gotta remove his beam rifle off of his back skirt piece. So for articulation, head is on a ball joint, and I'm trying to see if it's on a double ball joint. Oh, well, yes, it is on a double ball joint, but the base of the neck on a ball joint only moves up and down. Okay. But the head itself does have a full range. But you do got ball joint at the shoulders, move in and out, and it also moves out on this polycap joint here. But it can also move out on the arm itself. Bicep swivel. Double jointed elbows. Ball joint at the hands. Ball joint at the waist. And he can arch back that far and crunch that far. And he can also move side to side as well. And the side skirts move out about there, or the rail cannons move out about there. And the front skirts are on ball joints, and the front skirts was one piece, but I split them in half so they move independently. And the legs can shift side to side, or the hips can shift side to side. Legs can go forward and back only about there due to the back skirt hindering it. Move out about there. Thigh swivel. Double jointed knees. Yes. Double jointed knees. And the ankle guards can move up and down slightly. And you do got a ball joint at the foot itself, which is kind of limited. And, oh yes, he also has a toe joint here, which can only move up and down, and not... Yeah, only move up and down. No ball joint for the toes. And I'll show y'all the wings of how they move. So for the wings, they can move on this joint here, and they do rotate here. And I'm gonna go ahead and remove this wing so I can show y'all the rest. So the wings do... that they can, like you see here, can splay out on this joint, but they can also move here, and of course here on both sides. And the rail guns do move up and around, and they do have a hinge joint here. And that is it. Yep. Oh, I almost forgot to show y'all, but I did do some black inside these blue things where I painted the white here. So now for accessories, like like y'all saw from his back skirt, his little beam rifle here does attach to this tab into that hole there. And of course, he can hold it in his hand. I will have to remove his hand here. So to have him hold it, you would remove these white things here from this tab and that hole and put the handle through the hand here and then reattach this white thing here. And now you have him holding his little beam rifle. And this handle does move. Yeah, it moves side to side here. Just like that. And like I told y'all, he does have two little beam saber handles here that you can store on the sides of these rail cannons here. And they just attach to here. And you do get two little beam blades here that you can attach to the little hole and tab. And there you go. But another thing you can do with the beam sabers, the beam saber handles, is you can attach them together and they do snap together. So you can have like a Darth Maul double beam saber handle here. And I am checking my battery on this camera while I'm doing my video here. And like I already told y'all, he does come with his little shield here. And while it does look nice, and you can have him hold it with this handle here, and that there is a couple of options. You can display the handle. You can either, I will have to remove the handle. That there's these two option holes you got. So you can like attach the handle here on the top or on the bottom here. I like to leave it on the bottom here. Now, he does hold it in his hand, but it's not a really, well, I mean, he does hold it with kind of a good grip on it, but if you play But if you keep messing around with it too much, it's gonna keep knocking out of his hand. And I'm pretty sure you may be asking, is there any holes on his arm where the shield can attach to make it a lot better? Well, no. And no, you don't get a little adapter piece to attach the shield onto the arm. So you're stuck with the handle here, which, like I said, he does kind of have a good grip of it, but if you keep messing around with it like too much, it's gonna keep knocking out of his hand. And the last accessory that he comes with, which is located on his side skirts, are his two rail cannons here. And to bring them out, you want to take this part, untap it, and bring it all the way down. And it is on a double hinge joint, this part. Untap them from this part and bring this up, and then bring the back part up. And that's how you get them extended out. Just like that. And also, on the sides of the railguns, you can flip out these which is kind of tricky to do. There we go. This one's a lot easier to get out than the other one. But on both of these rail cannons here, on the sides, you do have flip out handles so he can grip onto these handles of the rail cannons on the side skirts here. And like I said, he does have two flip out handles on both sides. I'm just only going to do it on one side because this side, from what y'all saw, is kind of tricky to get out. And that is it. And I will have to, real quick, get these back on him. Well, there, I accidentally dropped his little his little handle for his beam saber. But to get a closer look here, there's the red paint that I did on the tip and the red paint I did on the back here. And the little black paint that I did here. And why not? I'll just go ahead and attach his backpack on. Even though it is kind of top heavy. And there we go. And that is all the accessories you get for this kit. And the shield does kind of have a looser grip, like I already said. And you can open up the wings and flip out the rail cannons, but I'm going to do that at the end of the video. And that is about it for the model kit. So I guess we'll be back with our final thoughts real quick. Stay tuned.